So you guys have been wanting us to talk about the S24 and the S24 Plus, so yeah, let's talk. Look, I'm going to tell you what's new in these Samsung flagships, the Galaxy AI features these are packing, and obviously the elephant in the room, Exynos. Look, I will be focusing on the Galaxy S24 here, but I'll get to the S24 Plus in the end, so make sure to watch the full video. So this is the new Galaxy S24, and from the back it looks a lot like the S23. Only the flash has moved a little lower, but the camera rings, the matte glass back, they remain the same. The sides here are second-gen aluminum armor, but they are flat now and they are matte in finish, which makes the whole grip of the phone a lot better, and I think it looks nicer too. Moving to the front, the bezels are now narrower. You can clearly see the difference, and that means the display is 0.1 inch larger, and the display too is upgraded. It's a 6.2 inch dynamic AMOLED 2X screen with the FHD Plus resolution, but the upgrade comes in the form of 2600 nits of peak brightness and the fact that this is now an LTPO 120Hz panel, which was missing in the last gen S23. I mean, these are good changes. The display is smoother, it's brighter, and quality-wise too, it's up there with really nice colors and deep blacks. Apart from that, the S24 keeps all of the flagship features like wireless charging with reverse wireless charging, the IP68 rating for water and dust resistance, the very good stereo speakers, the fact that this has a in-display fingerprint scanner that's placed right a little above, which is perfect. This also has the fast USB-C 3.2 port, and like the previous gen, this is a compact flagship that a lot of people prefer. Also, it's still sleek at 7.6 millimeters, and it's still super lightweight at 167 grams, and you can get an idea of the size next to the Plus and the Ultra, of course. And I like that Samsung has managed to cram in a 100 mAh bigger battery in the S24, which is great. I also like the cases Samsung is offering with the S24. There's this Shield case that looks cool, and there's the Smart View wallet case, which lets you check the time, the notifications, control the music without opening the case. Now, this is running OneUI 6.1 on top of Android 14, and both the S24 and the S24 Plus will get 7 years of OS and security updates, which is awesome. And this too gets all the Galaxy AI features. There's Circle to Search, which works well here too. There's AI live translating calls, which again works as well as on the Ultra. There's also AI Edit and Gallery. You can long press to turn any video into a 120 FPS slow-mo video. There are all the AI photo edit features too, so you can use the AI to fill in details if you move a subject. There are chat assist features too, so you can translate any messages easily. And yeah, the live translate features work on device. There's also browsing assist, which lets you summarize articles using AI, translate articles. So yeah, you get all the Galaxy AI features, but I know you've been wanting to see how Exynos performs on this phone, so let's check out the specs first. The S24 is powered by the new Exynos 2400 processor, which is a 4nm chipset, but it's different when compared to the 8 Gen 3. It has a 10-core setup with a max clock speed of 3.2 GHz, the X-Clips 940 GPU with ray tracing support for future-proof, and the S24 is set to come with a vapor chamber cooling that's 1.6x larger than the last gen. In terms of RAM, the S24 has 8GB RAM, and I like that in India, there's no 128GB base variants. Instead, you just get the 256 and 512GB UFS 4.0 variants. The specs apart, I have been testing the Galaxy S24 here, and in terms of benchmarks, it does very well. It hits 1.8 million in Antutu, which is very good, and it's a good upgrade from the S23. Now, I know there is an increase in temperature, but I'll get to that too. In Geekbench, the single-core and multi-core score are in line with what you expect from a flagship chipset in 2024. Now, with Exynos chipsets, there's always the doubts around heating and throttling, and when I ran the CPU throttling test, the results were actually good. I mean, it does throttle a bit, but this is very normal for almost all powerful processors out there, be it Exynos or Snapdragon. And I ran this test multiple times, and yeah, in the room temperature, and the results are good. What I also noticed is that the phone gets warm in the throttling test, especially around the top area and the frame area and the top, but it's not overheating, and I did not get any app crashes or shutdowns. I even ran Antutu, which heats up most phones, and in the middle of the test, I checked the temperature, and again the phone was warm but not overheating. Now, one thing to note, the Exynos 2400 here is the first Exynos processor to use FOWLP, aka fan out wafer level package, which boosts thermal performance. And so far my tests on the Exynos 2400 on the S24 make me think that this is fairly optimized. Anyway, real world performance of the S24 is great. The phone is snappy, all the AI features I showed you work without any lag or stutter, OneUI 6.1 seems well optimized on it, and gaming is great too. BGMI supports the highest Ultra HDR graphics and Ultra frame rates, and the gameplay looks good, it's smooth and it's responsive, no problems here. And I also checked the temperature after like 20 minutes of gaming and it was fine, so maybe the 1.6x larger vapor chamber is coming into play. I even tested Genshin Impact on it, and on the high graphics setting 60 FPS, the gameplay was good. So far the performance on the S24 or even the S24 Plus for that matter seems good. So maybe Samsung has fixed Exynos, but I think we'll get a better idea in a long-term usage. On the camera front, you get the same triple cameras as the S23 with a 50 megapixel megapixel main camera with OIS, a 10 megapixel 3x optical zoom telephoto lens, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. But Samsung promises better photos with enhanced AI algorithms, and I've been taking photos with it and they look really good, be it in daytime or low light. Photos just look like they're taken from a flagship phone. Even the portrait shots from the S24 are really nice. Now, in terms of videos, the S24 too does 8K 30 FPS videos, and yes, you can zoom in 5x. And I also noticed that switching between lenses when shooting a 4K video is just smoother. As for the video quality, this is a video shot from the S24, and yeah, it's sharp, detailed, and stability is on point too. Now coming to the S24 Plus, this too does not look a lot different from the back, but this too has the flatter matte sides with armor aluminum. This too has reduced bezels on the front, and in terms of specs, the S24 Plus gets a big display upgrade. It now has the QHD Plus resolution, same as the Ultra, and this too has a peak brightness of 2600 nits, and yes, there's 120Hz LTPO support. The S24 Plus is also powered by the Exynos 2400, but this has more RAM at 12GB. The storage variants remain the same as the S24, and so do the cameras, but this too gets a bigger 200mAh bigger battery at 4900mAh, and yeah, this too gets all the Galaxy AI features, and yeah, everything works well on the S24 Plus as well. Look, to sum things up, if you ask me, I like the changes Samsung has brought into the S24 and the S24 Plus. Both these phones have design refinements, the displays are now brighter with LTPO support, the battery is slightly bigger, the performance gets a big bump in line with other flagship phones, and Exynos so far seems to be optimized. And you get all the Galaxy AI features here as well, obviously. So clearly Samsung has made what was good even better with these non-ultra flagships. Now as for the pricing, the S24 starts at Rs 79,999 and the S24 Plus starts at Rs 99,999, but there are upgrade bonuses, there's bank cashbacks, no cost EMI offers, so you can effectively get the S24 at Rs 64,999 and the S24 Plus at 87,999. Anyway, the pricing apart, I want to know what you think of the Galaxy S24 and the S24 Plus, so comment down below, and thanks for watching.